Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Brought to you today by the excellent app Flick. Make sure you download it. It is available right now for free. Does not cost you a penny. Get involved with all the transfer chat and all the chat around Arsenal, including our polls that we do here on Transfer Daily. We did a poll yesterday. And I think this poll was very, very, to the point. I asked the question, do you think we'll get both Partey and Aouar? 67% of you said no. Only 33% of you said yes. 67% of you believe we won't get both of those. And I think we saw last night from the game against Liverpool that both are needed. Both of them are needed. A 3-1 defeat against Liverpool. You know what? It felt a bit different to some of the other defeats that we've had at Anfield in the fact that normally we're out of the game by half time. We wasn't out of this game. We was in the game right up until the end of it. There was a lot of controversial moments in the game. Listen, let's have it right first of all. Liverpool deserved to win. They were the better team. And they definitely deserve to win. But the Mane elbow, Mane, of course, who went on to score the first goal. Mane should not have been on the pitch. Let's be real right now. Elbow in the face of Kieran Tierney. Obvious, so obvious, not sent off. And I don't know what VAR was doing. You don't want to use it as an excuse, but it's a different game if Mane gets sent off. If Liverpool are down to 10 men, it's a rescue mission. Arsenal can change their tactics. It does change the game completely. And he wasn't sent off. The referee bottled it. There was no VAR. I asked myself, had that have been, say, Granit Xhaka on Mane, if the decision would have been the same? I really do. I think that was terrible refereeing. Also, the handball at the end by Jota. Again, to me, I know there's new rules that says if it hits the sort of top of the shoulder, and we had one the other day with Gabriel, when it hit the top here, that under the new rules is not a handball. But the one with Jota, it hit him about here. That's handball, surely. Again, not even looked at. And I have to say, there was some poor decisions in that game. But it is what it is. It's football, and Liverpool deserve to win the game. And one of the things that we saw from that game yesterday is that the tactics of, 5 at the back, basically that's what we played with a back 5 last night. It was very negative and very defensive by Arsenal. I don't think this is how Mikel Arteta wants to play. He knows that that's what he has to do against Liverpool because, as he said after the game, they are way, way ahead of us. And that is why he's deploying those methods. By the way, Lacazette, he had that chance. He scored in the game, but he had that chance that he missed, and it could have been a completely different game. It could have turned on that. But listen, it's if, buts and maybes. But as I said, I don't think Arteta wants to play in the way that he's playing at the moment. I mean, even the other day against West Ham, it's 3 defenders at the back again. I don't think he wants to deploy this system. And the reason why he needs personnel in order to change it. We could see yesterday the lack of creativity in the midfield. We were playing 2 holding midfielders in El Neni and Xhaka, and they wasn't creating anything. Until we got the Ceballos come on the pitch, he started to create a bit. But again, he's playing from deep. We need a midfielder who's higher up the pitch. We need Houssem Aouar. That deal needs to get done. You heard the president of Lyon yesterday, Jean-Michel Aulas, coming out and saying that Arsenal's bid for him has been timid. He also said that he's given a deadline of Friday to all the players that are wanted by other clubs from Lyon. If they're not sold by Friday, he's saying that's it. They're not for sale. Now, we've heard this sort of talk from him before. He drives a hard bargain. He knows that Arsenal fans, after last night's game, will be desperate to get a deal done for Houssem Aouar. I do feel that this deal will get done. I really do. Obviously, Arsenal are off the valuation at the moment for a while, but come on, Arsenal, just get this deal done. Get the deal done. We need an attacking midfielder. We need a creative midfielder. Houssem Aouar is that player. We need to get him in as soon as possible. As soon as possible. And this is a deal that needs to get done. We could also see yesterday that Arsenal need a player like a Thomas Partey, a box-to-box midfielder, stroke defensive midfielder with some presence in that midfield. We had nothing in midfield. I'm not even going to completely blame that onto the players that were there in Xhaka and El Neni. That's not their game. They're not box-to-box guys. They're not going to maraud forward with it. We need a box-to-box midfielder. We need a guy that can hold the ball. We need a bit of presence in there. This guy, Thomas Partey, fits the bill. He's been identified from a long time now by Arsenal as the type of player they need. £45 million is the release clause. And it's looking at the moment, as you guys said in the poll yesterday, 67% of you thinking it won't get done. Why? Why is that not going to get done? You go and you meet that release clause. He has to talk to us. He has to talk to us and discuss the possibility of a move. It changes the whole dynamics of the team when you've got two players of their quality in it. It means that Mikel Arteta can do different formations. He can say to himself, all right, well, let me try a 4-3-3. You know, maybe not yesterday's game against Liverpool because they're a far superior team and we've still got a way to go to catch them up. But when we're playing West Ham at home, we shouldn't be playing with 5 or, or 3 at the back defenders. I don't think so. But we need those players in, and it comes down to investment by this guy. Because you know what? We might not be able to get both of them based off of the current model, which is basically self-sufficient by, sell players to get other players in. We're struggling at the moment to get rid of Lucas Torreira. Yeah, he wasn't in the squad for last night's game. We're struggling to get rid of him because I understand at the moment, we get it. The COVID-19 means that there's certain teams out there at the moment, they just don't have the money. They want to do loan deals, swap deals. We are struggling to get rid of him. We're struggling to get rid of Guendouzi. I think Arsenal probably thought, well, you know what? Come on, he's going to be good for 30, 40 million pounds coming in. That hasn't materialized so far. I know there's still 6 days to go until the window closes, but at the moment, there doesn't seem that much interest for Matteo Guendouzi. Something could come in at the end, but again, there doesn't seem to be a club out there at the moment looking to invest a £30 million in Guendouzi. Socrates, even him we're struggling to get rid of. Napoli have been struggling to get rid of Koulibaly because they want too much money. Socrates, who again wasn't in a squad yesterday, has been linked with a move. It hasn't happened yet. Could happen before the end of the window, but it hasn't happened yet. Mustafi linked with a deal to take him to Lazio. Again, some of the talk is anything from 10 to 15 million pounds. Other talk could be a loan request to get that. We're seeing a lot of that at the moment. But one thing we know for sure is that a loan move is not going to secure Thomas Partey. A small amount of money is not going to secure Thomas Partey. A small amount of money is not going to secure Houssem Aouar. This is the time when the owner of the club and KSE, his company, need to invest. I spoke about it a couple of weeks ago, that report by Swiss Ramble, where he said that over the last 5 years, Stan Kroenke hasn't invested any of his own money in the club. One of the very few owners in the whole of the Premier League that hasn't done that. This is a time when we need that. We can see what Mikel Arteta is doing. We can see that we have ourselves a top quality manager. Roy Keane yesterday on the TV, a guy doesn't really give much praise to anybody. And well done for Klopp for putting him in his place. I love that. But Roy Keane yesterday saying, Arteta, I like this guy. I like what he's instilling in Arsenal. This guy's the real deal. Almost universally, one of the things about Arsenal that is respected at the moment within football is our manager. It's like they've got a good manager. He's tactically really good. And he gets the best out of the players he has. We have to back this manager. We have to back him. The fans are backing him. Is the owner backing him? We are going to find out. He's got 6 days to prove to me that he is truly backing Mikel Arteta, because I think we saw in that game yesterday, we saw what we need. This is it sometimes. You get a defeat and it wakes you up. It wakes you up. It's been a good start to the season by Arsenal, and it was a good end to the season last year. And there's no shame in losing at Anfield. We're not better than they. They were the champions last year. They barely lost a game. The season before, they lost 1 game. They are the finished article, and on top of that, they've improved on the team, right? Imagine that. They're winning this thing easily, and they're still improving on the team. We need to back this manager. The owner needs to back the manager. Look at what he's doing. I hope you were watching that game last night. We don't even know with this guy. We don't even know if he's watching. I hope he was watching the game last night and can see that there's a gulf. And most of that seems to be in the midfield area. And a lot of that is the reason, as I said, why you're seeing those type of formations that Mikel Arteta is playing, is because he has to do that with the personnel he has. Now, there's more changes needed than even what I'm talking about. But we know that doesn't happen overnight. Some of that is going to have to wait until the next transfer window, or some of that is going to have to wait until the end of the season. We understand that as fans. That's the thing about this. No fan of Arsenal right now is being stupid and saying, oh, change 5 players. They know that can't be done right now. We know the circumstances with the COVID. We know the circumstances with people like Mesut Ozil and their wages and all stuff like that. And that's going to come off the wage bill at the end of next season. Mikel Arteta said, we're behind Liverpool in that aspect. We know we're behind. We know if he's what he says, 2 or 3 years behind Liverpool. That's a team 5 years in the making. But with this manager at the moment, I truly believe that we can get into the top 4. You can't judge whether we can get into the top 4 off of last night's game. They're the champions. Yeah. Nobody's beaten them at Anfield since 2017. 3.5 years they've been unbeaten at that ground, right? No one. So we know the task there, right? So you can't judge top 4 off of last night, but we can get into the top 4 if we make those improvements. Houssem Aouar, Thomas Partey at the least, by the end of the transfer window, strengthen the team and give this guy a chance. Everybody else around us is strengthening. Everybody, right? The Gabriel signing has been positive. I've really liked what I've seen. I would have liked to have seen him in there last night, by the way. I've liked what I've seen with him, but he needs more. And the midfield area is the immediate area. Whether we get rid of Guendouzi or not, whether we get rid of Torreira or not, it still needs strengthening. So it's over to the owner. 6 days to get it done. Will he do it? We'll find out. We'll find out if he's backing the manager. By this time next week, was Tuesday, the window would have shut, we will know if KSE, Stan Kroenke truly are backing Mikel Arteta and want to get into that top 4. Our poll today on Flick: should Mane have been sent off for that elbow? Should Mane have been sent off? What do you guys think? Yes or no? Vote in that poll right now. Link is in the description for Flick. Vote in it right now. Should Mane have been sent off? But yeah, it was a defeat last night. But you know what? Maybe it's woken us up a bit. Hopefully it's woken somebody up in America and they realize that they have to back the manager. Thanks for watching the show, and we'll be back tomorrow. It's Robbie here from AFTV. Don't forget to check out AFTV on Flick for all the latest transfer rumours, for all the information on Arsenal, for all the information on AFTV. You can check me there for Q&As on a regular basis. The link is in the description. It is free to download. Download it right now.